Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist to the Abyss, and you're watching my review for World Trigger, chapter 148. Okay, and this chapter covers the conference pretty much. That's about it. Osamu and Chika and Yuma and Hyuse, they go and talk to everyone in the leadership of Border. Um, they're all told that Hughes has agreed to Osamu's terms and conditions, and is willing to join a team if it helps get him back home. And when they hear those words, terms and conditions, they're under the opinion that Hughes has agreed to give them something in return for allowing him to go back to his home. And Kido assumes that the benefit is going to come in the form of information. However, he was wrong because instead, Hughes tells them, "No, I'm not giving you any information that could end up hurting my lord or coming back to hurt, my house or anything like that." So then, Keto and the others are like, "You're kidding me, right?" So, I, so okay. At the end of the day, this entire thing, it benefits your team, but doesn't benefit Border as a whole in any way at all whatsoever. So then that's when Osamu has to come in and say, no, 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 there actually is some equivalent exchange here. Good old Fullmetal Alchemist terminology. All right, there is actually some equivalent exchange here going on because Hughes is actually a mandatory part of the voyage in the neighborhood. We actually need him because you all right now are just thinking solely about when we get to After Crater, but it's a long journey in between there. So, and we'll need Hughes there so he can guide us through those different countries, through those different worlds, through all those different cultures, and actually get us to After Crater safely. And that makes a lot of sense. It really does. Um, Rindo brings up, and I'm pretty sure Osamu was the one who asked him to say this because of that beginning part of the chapter. Osamu asks Rindo something. We don't hear what it is, but I'm pretty sure he essentially planted a question there for Rindo to ask. Rindo says that, well, if I was the one leading the expedition, I don't know how comfortable I would be having an unknown like Hughes on a long trip like that. It's too dangerous, it's too risky, we don't know what he's going to do. I understand that there are benefits to this, but the risks are far too great. All right, and Osama says, actually, Hughes can't do anything. He literally can't do anything. Because if he wants to make it back safely to his country, make it safely back to his lord, the only way he's going to do that is through us. So he needs us to stay safe. He needs us to actually help him get back to his lord. And as long as he needs us, which is the entire voyage, he can't do anything to us. And Shinoda's like, you know what, actually, you're right. That makes a whole lot of sense. And Knut like, well, wait. Why do we need to use him? We could just use Enadora. And the Sama's like, nah, we can't really, because Enadora doesn't know as much about this kind of thing. He said that kind of thing is left to the small fries, and he doesn't know everything about all these countries the way Hughes does. Hughes has more knowledge than Enadora does for this kind of thing, and therefore Hughes is going to be much, much more useful than Enadora could ever be in this situation specifically. Okay. Um, Also, it is worth noting Hughes's confusion when Osamu mentioned that he had questioned Enadora. He's just like, what? He questioned Enadora himself? How did that? Isn't Enadora dead? How'd that work? So Hughes doesn't know about Enadora's current predicament, his current situation. And who knows if he'll ever find out? Because I just thought it was kind of funny, and that was the main purpose of that, and some continuity. Um, it's only natural. It's only natural for him to be confused. Like, wait a second, I'm pretty sure Enadora is dead. So how are these guys talking to him? That doesn't make sense. So so it's just natural continuity. So props to Daisuke Ashihara for including that in there. Even if it doesn't add up to anything in the future, it's just good to have it in there for the sake of continuity. So that was great. But that's pretty much the end of the chapter. Osamu, he manages to convince half of the leadership. Kanuta and Netsuki, they haven't really made up their minds yet. And Kido, he can't really read him. He really can't. Um, I'm just gonna, cause I don't know, because you gotta remember, he's part of that. He's the leader of that faction that Miwa's in. He's the one that just hates neighbors. So it's bad enough that he had to let Yuma in, but Hughes isn't like Yuma. I think I mentioned this last week. Yuma, he's the son of the founder of Border, so he's kind of a bit of an exception. But this guy literally came to your house, ate your lunch, tried to kidnap your baby birds. You know, like this guy invaded you, tried to attack you. Well, I mean, he did legit attack you. You know, so like this guy is literally an enemy, and right now he's, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, but my friend in this case is also my enemy. So so this is a completely different situation than Yuma. So there's really no way to predict how Kido is going to react. His personality is such where I would just assume he's going to say no. But as far as the story goes, he needs to say yes. Though I will admit it would be interesting if he said no, and then this entire hype with Hyuse turning the team is like completely gone. Now they have to do something with that and find out a new plan. And it would be interesting to see where they'd go from there. But despite the fact it'd be interesting, I just want to see Hyuse on Tamagoma 2 fighting with them. So I don't care. I just want Kido to say yes. So hopefully he does. But that we will not know until next week. So that is that. Um, I guess I will give this episode a 6.5. This chapter, I did that last week too, I think. Maybe the week before. I'll give this chapter a 6.5 out of 10 just because it was pretty much one short scene throughout the entire chapter, pretty much. So, and it was decent. So I will give this chapter a 6.5 out of 10. And that is that, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at BlacklistOTA, and I will see you guys next time.